is up, everybody, and welcome to Live with Kyle and Alex. Alex, what is happening?
Oh my gosh, looks like everything is happening over there. That is such an interesting look you guys have there. I'm telling you, your face mask and David over here. Oh, this is amazing. This is great. I can't wait to dive into what we're doing tonight, man. This is absolutely great. So, Kyle, what kind of current events we have here first? I know we have not a Republican national.
Going pretty well right now. It's schools are back open, movie theaters are back open, barbershops are back open.
Yes, and the conventions are over with. So now the promoting for the election is like full swing. The gloves are off. We're going for it. But hey, I gotta find out here, Kyle. You guys look great. We are in the chop shop. I'm at home, but you're in the chop shop barbers, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm over here on Broadway and Colburn, Tucson. I'm so excited about this show because I've been going here forever, and I'm sure we can talk about that more on the show. But let's get the show rolling tonight. Tonight we have Chop Shop owner Dave Sanders. Like, what is going on, buddy?
Not much, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is amazing. Okay, I think first off the bat here, I gotta ask, how in the world did Kyle become a part of this? I understand there's a great story how Kyle got hooked up at this barbershop. Please tell us that story, man. This is a great story. I love it.
You know, I don't know, Alex, I think he was probably about knee-high to a grasshopper at first.
Yeah.
At first, it was just his mom that brought him and his brother in. He's got little brothers.
Right.
Doing pretty well as well. But, started cutting the hair. I want to guess maybe at least 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least 10. And then I was at another shop where I was for a very long time. And then I opened my own, and it was really great how his we call him Uncle Kenny, but that was that's Kyle's dad, Ken Ramson. He retired Tucson firefighter, and I hired him for free.
I love those hirings. Those free hirings are great, aren't they?
He was definitely the general contractor for the whole thing. And I tell you, without him, I don't know where I'd be. So, it's been great. You know, the support, not just in helping, but Kyle has always blasted things that I've done on the website, and his mom and his brother always been supportive, and of course, obviously Ken knows a lot of people. He's kind of a staple here in Tucson. There's not many people that don't know who he is,
right?
And they've been super supportive. Not just with building, but in building my dream with me, and that's it's super important, and I'm obviously appreciative of
that. Actually, while we're talking on building, Alex, can I just show you what this whole shop looks like right now?
Yes,
let's just
please.
Put this camera, and let me just simply take. I don't know how far this will go.
Right. That is really great. Whoa, you have a great lady over there too, your wife.
I tell you what, and probably the second biggest part of that, Alex, is my wife.
Yes, I can imagine.
20 years ago we met, coming up on 19 years of marriage, without the support and the foot in the old keister, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at. So Heather has been super supportive. And honestly now, as a new shop, we're coming up on a year of being open, still reminds me of how grateful we need to be of what we do have. Times have been tough with the COVID. Not only that, some of these larger companies, Raytheon and Geico and TEP, those guys are getting haircuts about half as often as they used to because they're working from home, as well as the kids. So, business has been super tough, and I have to look to her, consistently for the reminder to just be happy where we are. And like I said, I've been doing this 16 years now. I love my job. I'm compassionate about it, and I'm lucky for the support from the friends and the clients, in which most start as clients and become friends,
right.
That I've had and made over the last 16 years. So I'm very grateful.
Hey, can we bring your wife in and let everybody meet her and see that wonderful face? Bring her in. We can't talk about such a great person and not meet her. See, now that's what I'm talking about right here. This is what we need, as a wonderful lady like you to support us, and we need you. We really need you. Every human life on the planet came from a lady, and to find the lady that is your better half, I'm excited. I'm getting chills because of you. God bless you. I love it. I mean, God bless you. You know, and thanks for being with David and keeping him safe.
I appreciate it as well. And like
Absolutely.
I said, everybody needs that helping hand or that boot.
Yes.
So I'm lucky. I'm very lucky.
Yeah, you're not complete unless you have that female helping hand, and the lady's not complete without a good man. That's the way God made it. I mean, you cannot change that, no matter how you want to think about it. You need that. You need that. Definitely.
Yeah, to be a team.
Absolutely.
There's no I in team.
I love it. All right, God bless you. You know, thank you. I had to let the world see your better half.
Yeah, definitely better half.
Now let's go way back. How did you get your first start in barbering?
What?
Cutting hair.
Well, I had no idea how to even cut hair. And a friend of mine, a friend at the time, talked me into going to barber school. And to be honest with you, I got scared. So I had a job that I liked, and I had to go down to what's called Southern Arizona Barber College. Joe Kinchlow is he's a master barber. Been doing it a long time.
Right.
So I go down there. And I pulled up the building and it says Southern Arizona Barber College. I couldn't have got the car in reverse fast enough. College, that's not for me. I got scared, no kidding. Went home. Heather asked me how it went, and I said, well, I can't go. She asked me why. I said, well, I don't know anything about college. I can't go there. So come to find out, that's just a name on there. But I went back, and man, I was scared. And ever since then, every day, I love what I do constantly. You know, when I start combing someone's hair from the beginning, combing through it, asking them what they want, I start visualizing what the haircut's going to look like. And I want them to leave like I would want to leave a shop. So, you know, every aspect from ear hair to nose hair to eyebrows to haircuts. I make sure I take my time, and I love what I do. I still love it. We tried to figure out the other day how many haircuts I've done. You know, probably over 90,000 haircuts since I started.
I love it. Yes.
And that's being, pretty conservative. And I really love what I do to this day.
Doing what you love really helps.
I do.
Okay, I have another question I have to ask here. I'm going to try my best to embarrass Kyle. Can you give us some embarrassing story about Kyle so I can bother him for the rest of my life about it? While he's cutting his hair, anything interesting? Or
I can tell you the time, and I don't remember exactly how long it was, maybe 10 or 11 years ago. Kyle was young, and it was just his mom and his brother that came to the shop. And Kyle's been raised right, and he knows right and wrong, right?
Yeah.
But he had made a comment to his mom that I'm not sure what the comment was to this day. But Lori made him sit out front of the barbershop.
Really?
Whatever it was, I don't remember. So when it was his turn, I don't remember. I cut his brother Ryan's.
I'm going to ask Kyle that comment in a second.
I don't remember this story at all. I don't even remember that.
We'd have to ask Lori. I'm sure she does. He sat out front of the shop. And I cut Ryan, his younger brother's hair. He got into the chair, and I don't deal with disrespect well. And it's hard these days because kids run most of things. And you know who's raised right and who's not. So I remember cutting Kyle's hair, and I'm talking to him, and I tell him when he's done, he needs to apologize to his mom for what he said. Got to be respectful, this and that, and he did. I don't remember to this day what it was, and I don't even know that I heard it. But if we ask her, I'm sure she remembers what it was. Okay. But honestly, Kyle, I ask him, what's going on in his life, and he just came the day for a haircut, and I thought he was going to give up and just be a bum. His hair was long like a hippie. But it's for me, it's really cool as long as I've been doing it to, I have customers where I started cutting the kids' hair at 15, and now they have kids. Now I'm cutting a second generation. So for me, it's really cool to see these kids grow up, and I try to be a positive influence and have conversations that will help them, or answer questions maybe that a parent wouldn't answer, or that they don't even want to ask their parent. Right. I'm one of those. Heather went to college. I'm not one of those guys that thinks college is for everybody. If you're going to be a trash man, be the best trash man you can be. Whatever it is, just do your best. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah. Just
treat people with respect and work hard. I don't think it matters what your job is or whether you have school or not.
Yeah. You should be a TED talker.
I just, it's important. I didn't have my parents didn't give me a way to go to college, and I went to the Marine Corps, right after high school. Some of my friends went on a senior trip. I went to San Diego, but it wasn't a vacation.
Right.
MCRD, and it's boot camp. And so just work hard, mean what you say, and say what you mean is what I've always said. So.
Right.
So would you do anything else in barbering? If you never went to that college, what would you do for the rest of your life, would you think?
I met my wife at a restaurant here in town that closed down. It was a staple here, the OK Corral on the east side. And I knew that I always loved talking to people and serving people and making people laugh. I think that's important. We don't have enough laughter in our lives.
That's true.
And so I knew that I always wanted to do something service-based. But, actually, when I left the other shop, I had a small conversation with Heather, and I said, well, maybe I should just get a regular job. And it was then she reminded me that I'm an HR nightmare and that I could probably never have a regular job. So I don't know that, no. I honestly, I couldn't picture myself doing anything different. When I was a young boy, my grandfather worked at a lumber mill for 37 years. And my dad did it, so I thought that's what I was going to do. Right. We moved to Arizona, and here I am as a barber, 16 years into it, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
Right. Could you, all the years you've been being a barber, can you look at someone and basically tell what you think they would look, the hairstyle they would look best in?
Yeah. That's, Alex, it's crazy that you say that because there's oftentimes I put a guy in the chair.
Right. And they don't know what they want, I would imagine.
Yeah. What would you like to do? And then it comes out with this picture. They show me a picture.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, well, you don't have dark hair. You don't have. So right. I'm one of those guys that, I'm honest. I tell them, that's not going to work. But I know. And actually, Ken is one of them. And when Kyle's dad, when he started coming, his hair was much longer. Mm-hmm. And over time, I kept cutting him a little shorter and a little shorter. We never talked about it. If you ask his dad right now what kind of haircut he doesn't know because I've been cutting him for so long. Right. But I just thought it was something, the guy that wants to take time to do his hair and the guy that just wants to be able to wash it and go. And
Right.
so, yeah, everyone that comes in, and before I start, I visualize, what it's going to look like, or, they ask me, and I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. That ain't going to work for you. I don't have a problem doing that, because they come back. You get this. Barbering for years hasn't been about just a haircut. It's the camaraderie. It's the banter.
Exactly.
It's the and people come in, and I'm saying like, hey, well, how's your dad Ken? And people, when you remember things about their lives, you become that, what I like to call the sober bartender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you befriend them, and you learn things about their life, and I ask them about it because I care, not just to ask. I listen to what the response is, and I think barbering is a huge part of that. If it's inside you, if it's in you, it's in you.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah. I know I do this when I go to restaurants a lot. And I just thought I'd see if this translates into a barbershop also. Have you ever had someone walk in and say, surprise me with a haircut? I say it all the time in a restaurant. Surprise me with a good meal.
Yeah. And when I was a server, I can agree. I had that many times.
Mm-hmm.
And in the barbershop, yes.
Okay.
Many times, people that maybe they haven't been to a barber before, or they've been cut in a certain way, and they're like, you're the professional. Do what you want. Yeah. And I tell you, again, when I start combing it, I look at it, and when I spin it around, and you see that look on their face,
right?
Like, man, this guy just read my mind. That's probably one of the greatest feelings. And it does happen. It happens often. Do whatever you want, or do what you think looks best. And then when you turn them around, that final product, and they're happy, it's instant gratification.
Oh, I bet. For sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
You should go into your conversation question, Alex. The conversations of the barbershop.
Yes, that was my next question. Okay. I'm 73, and when I was growing up, the barbershop, you could get some of the best conversations. I think all of the world's problems were solved in a barbershop in one day, depending on how many customers you had. All the world's problems were solved, and some of them you didn't want to be solved. But I mean, what are some of the conversations you had? I know you've had some really, real strange conversations. I think a person will talk to a barber before they'll talk to a therapist or a counselor, I think.
I might have touched on it a minute ago, the sober bartender, and that's bartenders hear a lot of stuff. And,
yes, they do.
And barbers are no exception to that rule. Some of it's funny, and some of it's happy, and some of it's sad. There's a lot of things you hear that that's unfortunate, but there's a lot of stories that you hear that there's been a few where I've let people know maybe you don't want to repeat that to anyone else.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because people will get carried away and tell you things that you go, whoa. I think that's a little bit too much information here, buddy.
It almost makes it hard. It makes it hard to react to some of them. Like, I'm not sure what to say at this point. Yeah.
I guess you could write. I guess you could write an encyclopedia, not a book, an encyclopedia of stuff that you.
I thought about it from time to time. If I knew how to pick up a pencil and write, maybe I would.
I think you should go for it. It's
a very rewarding job. Like I said, you get that instant gratification, and people ask about me, and they know my wife's name, they know where we live, and they know what my interests are, as well as I know what their interests are. And I think that's what barbering is really about. I've said it before. I think you can give a mediocre haircut, be consistent, but be interesting, and you'll have a friend and a client for life. Right. We don't charge a lot for our haircuts. I'm not trying to get rich. I'll go for the forever dollar and meeting someone and having a relationship over being rich.
Right.
That's just me.
Is there some things that you would like a new customer to ask you before they sit down? Is there something some tips for a new customer that would come to a barber for the first time?
Well,
you'd like to hear from them?
You know, when I get a new client, and I do get referrals quite often, the first thing I always ask them is, how do they hear about us? And it's nice. You know, there's other forums that people look for barbers and trying to find a new place to get a haircut, and my name will be mentioned several times, and I'll tell you, that's a great feeling. So I don't know, to answer your question, I don't know if there's anything that I would ask them other than, how did you hear about us? And when it comes out that, you know, they were referred by someone that loves the shop or enjoys, you know, me or whatever, that's great. But, you know, I feel like I'm doing it for all the right reasons.
Yeah. If you're doing it for the right reasons, everything else is going to fall into place. It really will.
You know, I believe so. I hope so.
Absolutely.
Do what you love. That's what Alex always says.
Yeah.
What does it take to be a barber?
You know, these days they're trying to change. There's legislature trying to change it all the time about what it takes, and it's really crazy. It's 10,000. It's 10,000 hours. So it takes about one whole year to become a barber. And I believe these days it's about $8,500. So you go to the barber school, and it's set up a lot like a barber shop. People can get a discount haircut, you learn to cut hair, as well as learning, you know, all the biology, you know, sterilization, sanitation, bone structure. A lot of these things matter. Disease. You know, we talk about the cleanliness of a barbershop. I wash my hands no less than probably 60 times a day.
Oh.
You know, when you start combing someone's hair, you know, you're looking for things in their hair and disease and things. Right. So you have to know it's not just about that. And a lot of it is being sanitary. You know, we have things in barbicide, sprays, and those things are super important because you can, you know, transmit different things to other people without making sure you don't have clean materials.
That you know, that's kind of what I was going back to, is that you're cutting hair. How simple can it get, you know?
You know, and it is for me, and I don't try to discount what it is to give a haircut, but it is very simple. Although today I still learn stuff. I cut someone's hair and I look at it and I'm like, I could have done this different, or I could have done that different. But there's a lot of things that you just do out of habit. Spraying your tools, cleaning your tools, clean shop, clean restroom, having a place. When I opened the shop, that was my biggest thing. If my grandfather were to come in this door, and I went with mine as a young boy, if he came in, would he be comfortable? Would he stay? Right. And with that being said, I wanted to make sure it was open, it was bright, and always clean.
Right.
Always. You know, I'm very lucky with the two barbers. You know, we have two other barbers here, Travis Allen and Erica Clayton, and it's a great team. You know, once a month we go out for breakfast, and I'm very happy with that team.
Well, I mean, and you also have different styles of hair also. And like you have like me, if I had hair, matter of fact, you're making me want to grow hair so I could come in and get a haircut. But I mean, you take a black man's hair, my hair, you take someone else's hair, an Asian person's hair. I mean, everyone have their own style of hair. So
right.
So you have different things to do with them. Is that correct?
It is. And not only, you know, not only is that hair, ethnic hair is different than Caucasian hair. So you might ask for the same haircut, a number 1 on top and a 0 on the sides, but is that one with the grain or against the grain?
Yes.
You know, Asian hair tends to stand out, And those are the things that you to over time that you learn. But it is funny, you know, people will call on the phone and say, "Do you do fades?" Yes, I'm a barber. I do anything a barber does, you know, and we still do straight razor shaves.
Right.
You know, but I prided myself on being, you know, and my wife came up with our motto, you know, the old school barbershop with a modern touch.
Hey, so I love it. I love it. You see why we need women? You see why we need women? Oh my God, I love it.
I wouldn't disagree. But barbering really hasn't changed throughout the years. I still use the same tools they used 50 years ago. I don't buy new, you know, cool clippers and all that. I'm a barber and I love what I do. It's but you're right. The different styles of hair, you have to learn those. You don't want to tell somebody, we cut hair, but we don't do that kind of hair.
Right.
I don't know how to do that.
How would you say that diplomatically? You couldn't even be diplomatic about that.
To be honest, I wouldn't know how to say it because I've never done it.
Exactly.
But you know, everything circles back around. Right now, mullets are coming back like wildfire.
Right. Yeah.
Mullet. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But they love them. So yeah, you know.
Absolutely, man. It's crazy. Nothing's new under the sun, like they say, you know.
Nothing. Everything comes back around. Bell bottoms come back around. Everything comes back around.
I have a kind of a crazy question. Have you ever had somebody that I happen to call an ass bucket as a customer? Someone that is really, you wish they didn't come back kind of thing?
No.
Oh. Very well said, David. Very well said.
I've never set out to be funny or this, but I feel like I tend to ease people's I don't know the word I'm looking for, but you know, I can generally get around it. And you know the people that want to talk or don't want to talk. Right. But I think in my whole time of cutting hair, I've ever told one person, I'm sorry, I'm not going to cut your hair. Obviously, I don't make you happy and I don't feel taking your money, so you should try somewhere else. But generally, no, I've never had an argument or no, never yelled at anybody or told them to get out. Or I think everybody has a soft spot somewhere, and I'll find it.
You know, I think that's a big testament to you also, how you handle things. I think it shows how you love what you do. And even when you have somebody that isn't pleasant, you love what you do enough to deal with it. But now, if you already hate your job and then somebody comes in that you don't want to deal with, it makes you want to walk off the job. But when you had something you love, you can put up with something unpleasant while you do something you love. And that's a testament to you.
And I appreciate that. Yeah, I really don't think I've had anybody that, you know, there's been people that thought they should have gotten a haircut when people were waiting and they didn't and been unhappy. But other than that, I don't think I've encountered it at all.
Right. But
how many people do you have a day?
Right now, I'm probably averaging between 12 to 15 a day.
Oh, okay.
I know tomorrow I'll come in early and I'll leave late. You know, we have hours basically are suggestive. One of the things my grandfather said is you make hay when the sun is shining. So if you can make money and make someone happy by cutting their hair, then we'll stay.
Right. It's
but there's no lunchtime. There's no anything like that. You know, when there's work to be done, everyone here is pretty good about working when we need to. So
sure, your feet hurt at the end of the day.
They do. You know, and it's crazy. I have a knee replacement, and I thought it was going to affect me, but 15 years into it, now I can stand, I guess, like a mule. I don't think it bothers me. You know, we have mats to stand on and stuff, but I don't really think about it. You know, I just it's just one after another, and in that final spin around and look in the mirror, happy, and you keep going.
Exactly.
Definitely grateful for the end of the day, though. Don't get me wrong. Definitely grateful for the end of the day and the weekends. But yeah, no, I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, I also want to touch a little bit on when you were talking about Ken, Kyle's dad. I had a hip replacement. What was that, Kyle? About a year or so ago, and I'm laid up in the bed, and there's a knock at my door, and Kyle and Ken and Bill from the Haunt, they were over here. They put up my Christmas tree. They did, and just, I mean, did all kinds of stuff that I was in the bed couldn't do with the hip replacement. So I got a touch of what you were saying about how Ken came in and he fixed, you know, worked for you, and all he did all the stuff for you. That's Ken. That's his family. That's the way Kyle was raised. And Lori, she is a sweet heart, I tell you. And his brother, my hat's off to your brother also too, Kyle. But I just had to touch on that when you had mentioned how Ken was there. I mean, his family's great.
Every single day, every day he was here. Yeah, it was. I couldn't have done it without him.
Right, I can imagine.
Where can people find you?
We are on Broadway and Cole, on the northeast corner. Where In-N-Out is. Everybody knows where In-N-Out Burger is.
Absolutely. And so, Kyle, can we see the back of that shirt? By the way, show everybody the back of that shirt. That is a shirt, buddy. Chop Shop Barbers. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's Colburn Broadway. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, Broadway, and you can call for appointments right now. We're for appointments. Just to minimize the amount of people that are in here at one time, for obvious reasons. So you can call or text for an appointment. We do have a website, Facebook, and Instagram. So we're pretty much up on everything, and yeah, we're not hard to get a hold of at all.
Oh, all right, we love it, love it. I'm telling you, you're making me want to grow hair and come in.
I can do that goatee.
All right, I love it.
Alex, I don't know how this whole thing got started. You got a book right here.
Oh, all right. There you go. Yes.
One of the clients came in and took pictures from the beginning, which was really cool for me, and I didn't know, so it's a surprise for us at the end. But it just shows, you know, how we started, and my wife is an interior designer, which helped a lot. But everything in here I drew on paper before I started. Even the logo, that's not a font. I drew that logo myself, the word Chop Shop. So I drew everything out, and to see it come together and then get people in supporting us and the shop has just been really a dream come true. You know, and right now I found out that somebody nominated us for one of Tucson's best barbershops.
All right. Congratulations.
So there was 20 barbershops, and it was the Arizona Daily Star. There was 20 barbershops, and I just found out that we're one of the finalists. So whoever did it, I appreciate it. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I don't know who it was, but we did get nominated, and so we'll find out here. I think it's in October. They'll come out with the winners of that. So again, that's, you know, very humbling.
Hey, you're doing something right. Can we do something else? Can we bring in your wife one more time and share into that how the nomination? Stay there, Kyle. Come on, Kyle. Stay in there, Kyle. You know, but yeah, you need to share in that how the nomination and for you guys being a great. You need to share that because she's a big part of this, man. We can't talk about how good it's going without her here, man. You know,
absolutely. We're surprised. We didn't. Somebody actually texted us to let us know that we did 2 weeks ago, I think. We did back to school haircuts. So I opened up the shop to do free haircuts for back to school for kids. So we opened on a Sunday, and then somebody stopped by at that point, and that's when they let us know that we had been nominated for that.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it was very, very surprising, and humbling. And then we found out last night. Another client texted me and said that we were one of the finalists. So,
exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And you couldn't be one of the finalists without her. I just got to keep saying, because I know it. But I understand.
I think he has a new friend now.
I've understood the value of a woman since kindergarten. As a matter of fact, I have a book that I wrote. It's a small book. It's only 35 pages, but it's called Women, God's Second Greatest Gift to Humanity. And people don't realize how valuable and how wonderful a woman really is. People just think, oh, that's just a woman. She can't vote. She can't do this. She can't. No, you are the second greatest gift God gave us. And I'm fond of ladies. I really am. And people just
most of the time they know the right thing to say and support. The support is consistent. Of where your friend might say, "That's so dumb," or you know what I mean. Maybe they don't agree with everything, but for the most part, super supportive and always knows, after 20 years of what to say. So
yes,
that's
really
helpful.
Great, man. And I salute ladies every chance I get. I do. It's just they're just wonderful. Absolutely. And Kyle ran away over here, didn't he?
I'm over here.
Yeah. But yeah, so. But really appreciate you guys. I really do. I thought to myself when Kyle came up with the idea to interview you guys, the barbers and everything, I'm thinking to myself, what can I say to a barber? I mean, how many haircuts did you do today? But then I thought the conversations that go on in barbershops, the world's problems that are solved every day in barbershops. And you guys have really opened my eyes beyond the conversations in barbershops, because like when I was growing up, there were always the weirdest conversations. What this guy's daughter did last night, and his wife is mad at him this morning. But the conversations in barbershops, that's what I've always remembered about the barbershops. But you've opened my eyes to barbershops. You really have, beyond the conversations, and extraordinarily thank you. Extraordinarily.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Oh, no, Alex, any more questions you got for the wonderful lady or Dave? Ed.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last part.
Questions for these beautiful people.
What is? I'm sorry. I'm 16, but my ears are 74.
I said, any more questions for these beautiful people?
Just a big, huge, extraordinarily thank you. Really. Thank you
for your time as well.
And I do want to say again, that is the Chop Shop Barbers on Broadway and Cole. Yes.
It is.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Come and see us. We'll be happy to do it. Hopefully, we'll be able to do, like I said, we're coming up on a year. We'd like to do some kind of 1 year celebration out front, depending on COVID.
Wait a minute. Why don't can we do the show when the barbershop is open and maybe talk to customers that maybe want to talk to us or something? Kyle,
absolutely.
I know some of your customers may not want to be on camera. Hopefully you don't have any fugitives in the barbershop, but
I'm telling you, there's a few of them that would probably love to be on there.
Exactly. But I just thought that might, and maybe for your 1 year anniversary around that time, I don't know. You said it's the 8th of October?
I believe it's somewhere, we signed the contract for the building July 1 of last year. I started cutting towards the end of September. I think we made it official maybe the first week of October when we made it an official opening date.
So Kyle, what do you think? Can we just do a
Let's make it happen.
or I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, while it's open, or maybe if some customers want to talk or something, and get some of that old barbershop conversation going on the air.
Yeah,
it's just a thought, but I think that would be kind of cool. I mean, you guys have really made me want to grow hair here.
Well, listen, we're totally open to anything you have, and we have an open door policy. We invite any and all in. So
I love it.
Be happy to do it.
And I do want to say I didn't expect barbers to be this exciting. Absolutely, but thank you, extraordinarily, thank you, really.
Thank you for your time, man. We appreciate
it.
Thank you.
I'm serious.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Alex, Monday night, or Friday night. Sorry, today's Monday. Friday night we have a show. I think. Not sure who it is yet, but we have a show.
Okay.
But anyways, real quick before we kill the stream. October 30th at 9 p.m. we have a very special show. It's a very awesome Halloween show. It's you get to choose your scare. It's completely interactive, and it's over the video platform in Zoom, which is what we're basically broadcasting on now. And it's going to be totally interactive. I mean, you're going to get scared right in front of your living room. So if you don't want to go to a haunted house and get crowded with a bunch of people, we got you covered. You can get scared right on your living room TV. It's going to be a fun show.
All right.
Anything else on your end, Alex, before we kill the show?
No, I'm fine. I'm thinking about growing hair now. That's about all, but I'm fine.
Be sure to watch Live with Kyle Now. It's every Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time, right here on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, and good night, everybody.
Good night. Take care. Thank you.
Perfect time.